Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yes, we're painting again, and we have a few colours today. Acrylics. We've got our warm colours this side and cool colours that side. So we've got cadmium red, cadmium yellow, yellow ochre. That's my warm side. And my hot chocolate. Tasty. And then on this side, we've got the cool colours. We've got burnt umber, ultramarine blue, sap green, and phthalo green. I put a little bit of phthalo green in because I thought I want some of the colours to be quite cool, very cool. The sap green is a bit of a warmer green because you even get warm and cold blues and greens. And any colour that you'll find, like a cool colour to red would be like an alizarin crimson. A cool colour to yellow would be like a lemon yellow, and you get them on every colour. There's a hot and cold colour, so yeah, a little bit of info there. If you're a beginner, these videos should help, and if they don't, money back guarantee. Although, why did I offer that? I can't afford to give a money back guarantee. So I might do my sky a little bit different today. Bit of phthalo green and blue. This is going to be different. This painting is going to be unique and fantastic. Already building it up in my own mind. It's a photo that I took mixed with other stuff. So that's a good sky colour. It's sort of a very light greeny blue. Okay. So let's start throwing in some sky. So we have our sky here. I'm going to put some trees in front of this. Got a there's a right tree in front there. I have to think about this because my page is slightly different to my picture, so I'm got to change things as I go. Make sure my paint has got enough pigment in there. I don't want it to go too pale. I want it to be pale, but I want there to be colour. Sometimes when you're mixing it on your plate, you don't notice as much on the old colour, but then you put it on your page and you're like, oh, there's not enough. So you can always go back and add a bit more. That changes a little bit here and here. But that gives me a good start. Now I want a little bit darker colour. I might stick with this. Bit of red in it, I think. Yeah. So that little bit of red has greyed that blue down. It's give it a bit more warmth, but not too warm. It's still on the cool side, which is good. And I want this to come down to about there, I think. This is it's just background trees. Gonna get a tiny bit more red in this side because I've got some light that's coming from this side, some warmer light. Warmish anyway. About there, I think. And then what I might do as well Yeah, I tell you what, the phthalo green, I haven't really played that much with phthalo green. The phthalo green and red makes a really nice grey. And some different sort of temperatures going on in amongst that now. Warms and cools. Yeah, so I'm making myself a darker colour using the phthalo green and red. And I'm going to use that to put some background trees in. Keep it quite thin for some of them as well. I want quite a lot because it's absolutely full. Nothing like a lot of trees in the background. Start with a light colour like that, and then you can work up, go a bit darker if you want to. There's a couple more there. So I'm doing all this wet in wet. The first layer is already starting to dry, I can feel it, but you can always use a hairdryer and dry it out straight away if you'd like. When I start doing some of the layers, I will start doing that. Put another bit on this because this has got a branch that goes. Yeah, this is multiple photos that I've got. I do when I'm making something up, or just playing around. Then I tend to do that now. Just get a load of different photos and just use a bit of each. Ones I've taken while I've been walking in the woods and walking on the beach. It's funny, branches are funny. They're weird. You can go everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. I might need to go a little bit darker now. Hot chocolate. It's a good partner for painting, isn't it? The hot chocolate. Delicious. Right, this area needs to come in like this. You see what I've got? A bit of a triangle here. And then, spoiler alert, I'm going to have somebody there. Somebody sort of there. I might do a little bit of a dark mark so I know where she is. There's a head. There's her shoulders. Storming forwards. Our axe. Got a one carrying an axe and a shield. About there. This is very rough, I know, very rough. This is the basic idea of it. If you've seen my video on how to paint loose, it's on my channel. This is what helps. If you're wondering, oh wow, you got that shaping quick. Then yeah, if you watch that video, that'll help you out quite considerably, because that is how that's how I learned to get shapes in quick, by doing that. But anyway, that's the basic shape. We'll add colour and whatnot afterwards, and when you work out the feet, so 1 foot in front of the other, like that, and that one in front of that one. But yeah, that's what we've got. I've got someone there, and I can put colour in and things. Just gulp down some hot chocolate and then carry on. Good hot chocolate. I don't want that brush. I was just cleaning the bigger brush. I don't really want that. Don't need it. Right, let's get some sap green and some blue. Bit of that blue. Yeah, it's nothing like what we want. Nothing. It wants to be much, much darker and much bluer. That's why the phthalo green is going to work nice for this painting today. Let's see what that's like, because we've got this triangle to the head, but to make this stand out a bit, I've used dark. So I'll show you what I mean. Throw in some more of this blue and brown. About there. Yeah, so if I use the dark to go around the head, that will make us look at the head, basically. It's a very simple trick, a painter's trick. Now I keep my triangle in there, like there. So then got a bit of light. Take away some of this colour. And then, while we're massing this all in, we might as well do this over here. We're going to have like a bluey green. I just threw in some more of this blue that goes along there. Get a little bit of that grey and throw that in that. Bit of blue, throw that in that. There we go. And then here, it's a bit more mistier there. So all I do is throw my colour in with a whitey colour, the whites and the greys. And then you can create a bit more that misty sort of colour. There we go. We're getting closer now. That sort of greyish. I'm going to throw a bit in with this as well, actually. And then we can use this to start building this up a bit. Get the basics done, you see. And then we've got this light that sort of breaks through along our hero, our warrior woman. Just throw this in there. Breaking things up a little bit. I need to have a bit of warmth along here as well. We'll do that in a minute. We've got a few darker trees over here, more so than anything, so let's put them in. And you can use whatever colour you like for your trees. You can have a bit of green in it, a bit of blue in it, a bit of brown in it, a bit of red in it, whatever you want to do to make your tree colour, and you can experiment with it. Because trees, you know, you get all kinds of different colours on them, you'd be surprised. Yes, maybe get a few along here as well. A bit more colour on it. See, these are the times you can experiment with putting trees in that you've seen, or using trees that you haven't seen and you just thought, oh, I'm going to make one up. So what I'm trying not to do is go too dark too soon, because I've got this big whacking tree that goes like right in front, so I need to be careful to not go too dark, because I don't want to lose my dark that I'm going to use later, basically. There's another one that goes there. Stick one behind there as well. Why not? want a little bit of bluey, some bluey light. I'm going to use another brush actually for the other areas. This brush will work nicely. This Cotman 668. Yeah, got some of that blue, greeny, bluey, white. And I'm gonna highlight this areas here, a bit of light on it. Just tap some of the paint off. There we go, we've got some nice little light hitting some of these areas, but it's blue. And this is going to be our battle for this painting. Not just for the woman that's coming in, but the battle for the whole painting is the fact that we have to balance our cools and our warms. Cool and warm, cool and warm. We can have mist climbing these trees. Get some shapes in there. Beautiful. Anyway, I do start to really enjoy what I'm doing. It gets really fun, doesn't it? You get painting and you really start having real good fun. You start layering the paint a bit like I just did there. Scumbling and... So I want a bit of warmth, but I don't want to go crazy. So I'm going to get some yellow ochre. Bit of yellow ochre and a little bit of the green that's already there. See, this isn't on fire, is it, this colour? It's just you probably see it on a separate thing like that. It's not bright at all. It's quite a dull green, really. But when you start putting it on with these colours, it starts to look quite warm and bright. Which is interesting. It's one of those interesting things to me. The balance of colour. Okay, a bit of that in a few more areas. Yeah, so now I want to start bringing some of that into the ground as well. Keeping it subtle. And then we've got like a bit of a path, sort of, but it's sort of dull in places, warm in other places. So we've got like a bit of grassy bit there. Let's paint that in, and that can work as another pointer. See, we're pointing to the character. It's a pointer. There's another one, look, arrow. This whole mass is there. It's going to brighten the face up and we'll be looking. But everything is aiming for the girl. The mighty girl. So I'll get a bit of blue. Bit of the blue. Bit of red in it. Bit of blue and red. I won't make it like stupidly blue. Stupidly blue. Is there such a thing? It's got a little bit of warmth in it. Bit of blue and red. I'll stretch this. Stretch this out. There's a bit of a broken tree trunk there. And there's a log on the floor there. Right there. Someone's used it as firewood maybe, and they chopped this down. And it's creating a lovely shadow for us, so that's good. I can have another shadow there. I can have a bit of a tree there. Just throw these ideas in now. But again, it's damaged. And then we've got a huge tree that goes sort of like there. I just sketch it in quickly. It goes like that. And that goes more like this. Yeah, like that. Which adds another shadow area like there. So yes, and then getting some yellow ochre and a bit of red. Whoops. Yellow ochre and red. We use that to start putting in our worms. So we've got worms coming along here, along here. I've gone overboard there, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna get rid of it a bit. Dull it down a little bit. And then along here, not quite as bright. Some little gaps of light. See how that red is now dulled. Just by, build them colours up, keep building them up. Don't be afraid to throw colour down, especially with acrylics. Acrylics are probably the easiest medium for fixing stuff. I would say, out of all the mediums I've used, I'd say if you want to fix paintings, you can't really go wrong, because if you mess it up, and it's going to happen, always happens to me anyway, then you can just fix it just by painting over. That's one of the good things about it. I mean, you do learn how to fix painting when you paint with oils as well, but just flick a few little yellow bits in here because they kind of disappeared a bit. Greens, push there. Greens in there. Yeah. I think, where did she come from? I'm thinking she walked from behind here. She's come through there and to there. And then she's gonna go fight the dragon. Why not? Bit more of that red in with the yellow ochre. Pew, 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 pew. So something I want to do as well. Don't know if it'll work really. Just throwing some red and yellow together. Just getting some red and yellow together, and I'm thinking I might do it as a final thought. I do want to have some on this tree trunk. Oops. Use my finger to get rid of some of that. It was a bit much. There we go. Get some light on some of this area. And a bit on this as well. Okay, a little bit on the back of that. Breaking through there. Beautiful. Change of colour in here. Okay. As it starts to dry, it's really starting to look nice. Getting some more deeper colour in this, and then that one. Yeah, a bit of deeper colour there as well. And it's your choice. When you're doing yours, you can make yours as strong as you want. Something else I want to do. I want to throw in some darker colours. My brush is a bit wet. Oh, this tree, I'm going to have one of those trees. You know how they get chopped off and then they start growing again just from that where it's been chopped? That's what I see this tree as. I'm going to point to her with the tree as well. There's another point, look. Zip. Have a branch going like that and there. Yeah, a bit of dark on this side. Okay, so I'm going to give this a quick dry. Actually, before I dry it, I might just throw in a bit more. So I've got this cadmium yellow. Might as well use some, just throw it in with this. Make a different kind of an orangey yellow. Orangey yellowy green. And I can throw some of that in some places. Some of the lights getting through there and maybe in there. Wherever you want it to go. Okay. I think that just adds something more. I'm quite happy with that. I'll just put a branch there. Yep, I'm just putting in a few branches. Yeah, I think that'll do. Right, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to dry it now. So I am ready to put in the Shield Maiden. Da, 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 da. So, where do you start? I think I'll put in the face. So I'm not going to have it like a detailed face. I'm just going to throw in like a shape using a little bit of blue and red. I got this from looking at the old paintings actually in the galleries. The old way of doing just a face and not having to do detail. So I'm going to put like a reddish. Well, this might be a bit too red. That might be a bit better. It's got a bit more dark. So, a bit of dark there. And the neck. I've got the arm, and then it goes holding the axe. So I find it tends to work better for me to do the dark first because there's less light than there is dark. So now what I'm going to do is make myself like a darker hair colour, a yellow ochre with a bit of burnt umber in it. Maybe a bit of this reddish colour in it as well. Whatever that is. And we'll have the hair. Some of it. I want the hair to be fairly big. Bit of yellow ochre, bit of pure yellow ochre there. I'm cheating a bit of light that goes around there. And then I might use, because I want it to stand out, so I'm going to use the yellow ochre with a bit of red. Of a dull yellow ochre. I want some of the green, phthalo green. Oh, it's got some white in it somehow. Don't want any white in it. Bit of burnt umber in it as well, just to darken it. Bit of a greeny red. Have like a jewel there. Of sort of a duller colour. Oh, I need to make sure that's quite dark. You have to think about your shape, and you have to keep it. Which is a tricky thing. Not sure about that orange. Oh, I might change it. Just put in the shape of the shield. Yeah, I kind of like the orangey colour, but I also think it's a bit too much. So I'm gonna dull it down with a yellow a little bit, yellow ochre. One of the boots there. I think that's a bit better. Then I want the shield. Like a bluey colour. I'm gonna throw in some red. Just show you that. Bit of a bluey colour, and then I threw in some red. I'm gonna try and get that sort of colour for some of it anyway. Yeah, that's not too bad. Get that darker colour just to go around there. What I might do as well, have a little bit of oh yeah, I haven't put the axe in, just seen that. There's an axe here. Now I want to put a little bit of light, a bit of warm light in the shield bit there. Maybe a bit there and there. And maybe fake a little bit of light on the axe there. Why not? Not sure if that's the right angle. I think that would be... Oh well, I'll do. More dark on it, there we go. Now, I want to lighten up the face. So we can get some white and some yellow. Some red. So we need two lights. One to go on the face, which will go here. And then on the neck. And then I want a bit of light on the hair. Throw a bit more yellow in it. And a bit of light there. Might throw a bit of light on the that leg. I'm gonna go a bit brighter on this. I've just added a tiny bit more detail, just a tiny bit. I think I'll leave it there. You can sort of see where the nose is. I might fake a bit of light hitting this as well. Got a bit of shape there. Okay. for a bit brighter yellow, just to hit that. Might hit that as well. Bit of detail on the on this, and you can take this quite far, as far as you want, really. I think I'm about there, really. Got my warrior, got a bit of light on it. She's looking pretty good. She's getting ready for battle. Just imagine that leg and then that leg, something like that. That one's behind. I've got the boot, so there we go. That's better. She is looking pretty fierce. Get that light in there again. A bit better, a bit warmer. That's nice. Bit of fake light there as well. I say fake light because some areas, the light it wouldn't actually reach, but it does make the painting better. You know what it's like in the movies, though. They do a lot of that. There we go. I think maybe we're done. Maybe we're done. Could add a little bit of blue into the shadow, maybe. You can even add it on the cooler side of the trees if you want to. And the cool side of her, maybe as well. On the areas that have not got any light, but they've got a bit of sky on. You can do that. Yeah, I think that'll do. I think I'll call that one finished. A bit of blue on that as well. Why not? But yeah, I like that. That's what I wanted. I wanted something with a little bit more bite than I've been doing recently. I want to start adding characters in, really, people and things. So I'm quite happy with this one today. I enjoyed myself and had a lot of fun. The only thing I could think of really is to add a little bird, or a bird sort of up here somewhere, or maybe one there. Maybe this is hers. She has a bird with her. Like a raven or something. Or something else. Who knows? Oh yeah, we've got a little bird on there now. That'll do me. I think we've captured this one quite nicely. Got a nice bit of light hitting her. I can push the light a little bit to break into some other areas. But I want it to point to her. Yeah, so there we go. So thanks very much for watching this one. I hope it gave you an idea of what you could do with a bit of time and some acrylics and an idea. And Jason is now going to stop painting. So thanks very much for watching this one, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.